to represent the board because they are also supporting us. We host them, and so we have to recognize them. Otherwise, hawatatupe hiyo support. 1 minute, please.
Allow me to adopt the protocols already laid out. Good morning. Yes, every time there's such an event, I'm always given 5 minutes. Today I've been given 1 minute. So, hello everyone. The ABA, as you all know, is the welfare branch of the LSK. So, we are usually here. The offices are usually here behind. And I think, we are also going to benefit from the Wakili Towers. We thank you, and in case of anything, in case of any questions with regards to ABA, I'm there, and you know our chair Byron, you know the board members Deborah and Frida, and our secretariat, they're just here behind. Thank you so much. Hope that was under 1 minute.
Thank you for keeping time. Elna, asante sana. Allow me to give our chair, the chair of this project, 5 minutes. Professor Mutuma, please. We keep it short. We know you have a presentation. Maybe we can have it running as you speak so that we keep time.
Honorable CJ of the Republic of Kenya, I also recognize the presence of the Honorable CS Murkomen and our very own Attorney General, Honorable AG. I will use this time to stand on the protocols that have been established and ask the first architects to come and then make quick remarks on behalf of the committee. The of the committee stand up. It's a very big pity that the mic is not working. But ladies and gentlemen, this it's acting up a bit. This holiday period during December, Honorable CJ wanted us to recognize them because even on the 12th of December, they were working and pushing a lot of people, having meetings, because this had to happen. And then allow me to, could we give them a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. If I had time, I would recognize them one by one. Allow me also to say a few words in relation to the President and the Council. While we were working, they didn't go on leave. They stood in full support for what we were doing. Madam President, forever we will remember the service that you've given to this project. Thank you very much. A round of applause. I would also like just to say one or two things in relation to the project. The architects are going to be somewhere there at the corner, just to show us a few visuals. The first, of course, is we are 77 years behind time. I think that's a very important thing. But we always say that you save the best for the last. And I know there are a lot of projects that have happened, a lot of professional bodies. They are yet to see what the LSK is going to do. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Second, you will hear from the architects and the consultants. What we envision is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is really where different parts come together. Law is a very multifaceted discipline. A lot of people only think about the litigation side of law, but LSK knows we have in-house consultants, we have IT, hubs, and the law. We've got the environment and the law. And all of that is going to come together in a powerful picture through this Wakili Towers. In that word ecosystem, people don't only work, they're not only professionals, but they also do other things. And we think that we'll be able to bring cafes where I remember the very early days of practice, a senior would take you around, and that was the most memorable part between the court corridor and work. So we will have that within here. We are hoping that we will have gym. We live in a world of fitness, health, and wellness. We're always talking about mental, the questions of mental difficulties in the fast-paced world. And of course, there will be a lot of other people that want to bring they are placed into that building. I think the idea of practices or professionals being separate is something that technology is quickly wiping out. Today you find lawyers that are accountants, accountants that are architects, and so forth. So we're hoping that ecosystem will be captured. I would like that to be illustrated maybe in a picture by the architects for everyone to marinate. I'd like also to say that I'm not sure whether the screen is working. JT, are you able to work it? Yeah. Those are our architects there, Innovative. You'd like to come forward, please, JT? That's a senior partner of Innovative. Those of you who have seen their work, they've done work like in their address, the offices in the Westlands, just to name a few of what they've done. And then finally, the idea of design is that it's a never-ending process. It continues to grow. Some of the people that challenged us even before we could settle, the Senior Council Bar Chairman, Philip Morgo, had already claimed 2 floors. I'm not sure whether, I don't also see Senior Council Ahmed 1 floor and the deep ODPP. President of the Republic of Kenya had also claimed a floor before we could get going. I don't know whether I see Senior Council Ahmed Nasir. I think he was somewhere. I think they had also claimed a floor. We say that this is an opportunity to actually make a mark on history. So colleagues, we live by example. The chairman of the committee, the development committee, myself, I have already donated 500,000, and I hope that that sort of starts to set a benchmark for all of us and to donate and to make this really happen. So that is the building. Maybe you want to say a few words, architect, and then we can hand it over to the MC. 1 minute, please. Architects don't actually talk much. That's the difference between architects and lawyers. So there are very few words. They speak in pictures. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Professor. Our leaders, I salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, the law of Kenya. I've been tasked to keep this very short and sweet, so I'll do that. You'll forgive me if I stammer a little bit. We're not used to talking to the justice of Kenya. So without further ado, I would like to first of all introduce our team, the consulting team. My name, everyone knows me as JT. I'm the MD of Innovative Planning and Design Consultants. We are architects in the true sense, and that's all we are. Ably represented by the other consultants, Mr. Kimani Gisheru from Gamma Delta. They are the M&E consultants. Engineer Wandu from Aba and Wandu. They are structure and civil engineers. And QS Mvoi from Nyange Consultants. For now, that's the team. This team will grow as we go along. Without further ado, I'll just take you through a small presentation that we put up. There is a little bit of science behind our madness, so please forgive me if I make a mistake. Now, we've been tasked to create a very iconic, modern, and a very sustainable building on this beautiful plot. Our plot here is over an acre. Location is actually very prime. We are on the junction of Gitanga Road and Mutangari Gardens. We are very close to Lavington. We border the Kilimani area, and we all know how vibrant this whole place can get. I know there are very many of you who have your offices here. We meet at Royal Nairobi Golf Club as well. A lot of you, we have a few drinks there. So this is the opportunity for us to actually create something that is an icon and uplift this whole area. So just a little bit of the site analysis. Sorry, I think Patrick is ahead of me. He wants to finish quickly. So we've got 1 more minute. Gitanga Road, we've got Mutangari Gardens. You can see the east-west. East is behind you, west is behind me. That all plays part of how we design. I'll keep it very short. the two roads actually are very good for us. We got entrance, exit. We have to abide by the law. We have to keep our building lines intact. If I don't do that, we'll be bracketed as building in South Sea. But and we don't want. Our planning concept then, we always start with a building from the planning stages. What we really want to do is make use of both roads and create a very, very big statement on both roads. So this building can shine from both sides, right? But what we also want to do is keep some of the inherent bits that are already existing, especially that Serenity Gardens, which I love very much. So we are going to try our best to retain those trees. We can't retain all trees, but we will retain most of them. Thank you. So I won't go into the nitty-gritty of the whole thing. You can see how the plan itself begins to form and embrace our Serenity Gardens. So we got a grand entrance. Through and through, you will be able to see the Serenity Gardens as soon as you walk into the reception area, which will be double height. We've incorporated auditoriums, conference halls, meeting rooms. We don't want, Madam President, that you are taking us to Ole Sereni again. We want to keep you guys here. Including on the ground floor, we'll have cafes, we'll have some restaurants, all to do with this very nice ecosystem that we want to create within the whole plot. Now, going up, we've got 11 floors of office space, some double height, some not, some with balconies. So we want to create a very exciting facade for the Law Society of Kenya. Okay, and you can see our plate as it stands. There's a reason for that plate to be a little bit narrow. It's 16 meters wide. This is to allow fresh air views on both sides, roadside, internal side. We are creating an internal environment as well. Again, it's a flexible plate. It's easy to divide up into offices. I mean, you know, when I go to my lawyer's office, I go to a small cubicle that doesn't even have a window. We want to create an environment where, you know, the lawyers uphold the law. So, in short, this is what we have. And if we move further from the plan, now, one thing, and please don't listen to other architects, form follows function. Form follows the function. You design the function first, then we start looking at the form. So we take our plate, we put it in, and we extrude it. And you can see that box on your right-hand side. Out of that box, we then start creating exciting elevations out of this whole just what could be just a normal box. We don't want that. We want an iconic building. If we go to the next slide, you'll see how that now begins to form. So the top one is where we then start putting in the circulation. We start playing with the height. The top one I call the books of justice. We've got two blocks, and in the middle we have the Tower of Justice. That's our concept. Yeah. I mean, I can take you through all this, but I think I'm running out of time. I think they're self-explanatory images. From here, then, we begin to see what this elevation looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my presentation. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and please forgive me if I said anything wrong.
Thank you very much. Back again. So ladies and gentlemen, 77 years back in time, but I think what's about to come up is going to make a huge difference, an iconic structure. Honorable CJ, we are looking forward to when you cut the ribbon and you walk into the room yourselves. Please let us hold ourselves account. We've years. She's walking into this place now to cut the ribbon. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. As I said, Honorable CS, it's a revolving figure. So we have a kitty of about 500 million that we are starting with the phase. We are watching the fundraising. We anticipate, based on that fundraising, I think you'll see their design is progressive. So the design could go all the way to the 1 billion mark. But certainly we are starting around 500 million, get our staff back, get the places at least sending in some income. And then the way I look at people here, Tom Kopere is giving another 500,000. I'm looking at President, we might even go 11 floors. Yes. Thank you very much. Ukisikia CS ameuliza hayo maswali. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Asante sana. One more time, let's appreciate Professor Asante. Asante. So as before we proceed with the program, I kindly request owner of KDG 403 and KDN 179D, if you can kindly move your vehicles urgently. KDG 403 and KDN 179D. Kindly attend to your cars urgently. Thank you. CEO, please. Karibu.
Thank you. At this point, allow me to welcome the chair, chairperson, Branches Caucus, Eric Kivuva. I hope you will not say a speech. Please, you have 2 minutes. And as I welcome him, just to remind us that we have the fundraising dinner in the evening at Emara Ole Sereni. It's 10,000 per person because it's a fundraising dinner. And corporate table, it's 100,000. And also we are taking pledges as per the categories provided. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam CEO. You've eaten my 30 seconds, but also you'll allow me an extra 1 minute to give money. The Honorable Chief Justice, CS, the Honorable Attorney General, allow me to ride on the protocols already established. Just to say that, indeed, today is consequential, it is momentous, it is historical. And I must say that, Madam President, I want to thank you together with your council. God bless you. Let us clap for, because it has been 16 years of condemnation, and that ends today. I also want to say that I occupy 2 roles. I chair the caucus of chairs. And today I'm glad because all the chairs are here. So I'd like to have the chairs stand. We have Grace Otieno from the West Kenya branch. We have Natasha. She's also the vice chair of the caucus. And we have Madam Winnie Mireri from the Southwest branch. And we have Mr. Aston Muchela from Nakuru, Rift Valley branch. Asante sana. And the 1 minute I asked for was to just say that as a caucus of chairs, we don't have a lot of money, but we will be giving 100,000 towards this construction. I also occupy the position of chair of the biggest branch of the LSK, that is the LSK Nairobi branch. I see that I'm here with my council members, so I'd like them to just stand. That is Modoni Gashara, Effie Acheng, and senior member Caroline Kaswa. The reason I must recognize them is because I'm approaching them to allow the branch also to give some money towards the construction of this building. Again, I want to thank you, Honorable CJ, for gracing this occasion today, and to say that the reason I'm not rocking a tie today is not because I am diminishing the importance of this event, but it's purely because my president told me the place will be converted into a construction site. By me, Honorable CJ, to be like this, because I am still working. I hope to see the machines sometime soon. When we were walk around, I had the Honorable CS ask, and my teacher, the Honorable Murkomen, I want to put it to you. Singapore. But I must also just say that we make the noise for the greater good of our. And if 11 floors will get us to a better country, then I want to urge all of us to support this particular project. And just to say that indeed today is a testament. It marks a bold stride forward, not only in reshaping our physical infrastructure, but in reaffirming the role of resilience and the home of generations of advocates to come. This property generation. It is a legacy we are building for the future, an enduring foundation upon which tomorrow's milestone that coincides with that of the LSK Nairobi branch 10-year anniversary of the rule of law, empowered advocates, and expanded access to justice. We have remained unwavering in our mandate to enhance the welfare and today, we respectfully appeal to you, Madam President and the esteemed Council, to grant us the space we seek. Space that will allow the plea that once we have the 11 floors, that the LSK Nairobi branch be considered for one floor. The property can also become the office for the LSK Nairobi branch. Of commemorative activities, from Friday the 13th, we will have, this forum will offer a unique platform for professional growth, mentorship and strategic conversations on navigating the evolving legal landscape. We look forward of modern advocates. On Saturday the 14th, what we have themed as the Lovers Edition, we will hold a 7-a-side football and friendly competition. We encourage you to register teams early and be part of this exciting sporting event, a golf tournament and gala dinner at Sigona Golf Club on the 27th of February 2016. This prestigious event will bring together members, partners, friends, but also memorable. The evening will conclude with a celebratory dinner where guests will gather to share, reinforcing the spirit of unity and fellowship that defines our community. We welcome you each to ours. Thank you so much. Yes. Allow me now at this juncture.
Republic of Kenya, Honorable CS, the representative from the Office of the DPP, Senior Counsel present and all members present, good morning. Allow me first to start by correcting the chairperson of the branch caucus and the Nairobi chair that we will not be handing over one floor to you, we will be leasing it out to you. And that resolution will come from our membership. We had thought about it in early time and we had seen the mischief that you and your branch were going to win a match over the Council of the Law Society. Colleagues and friends, I am distinguished colleagues. Good morning. Good morning once again. Today marks a decisive moment for the Law Society of Kenya. Groundbreaking ceremonies are often treated as a symbolic occasion which are normally photographed, videography, applauded and quickly followed by speeches about visions and aspirations. Importantly, they represent something far more exciting. A commitment to deliver. Once ground is broken, intention gives way to obligation, and ambition must be matched by discipline. That is the significance of this day that we are all gathered here at Gitanga Road. Wakili Towers is not an abstract idea. It is a defined project with timelines, standards and responsibilities. It represents a conscious choice by the society to invest in institutional strength and to do so in a manner that reflects seriousness of purpose and confidence in the future of the profession. It marks the beginning of our rejuvenated commitment to always be active in the defense of the rule of law, and I am extremely happy that we have a majority of senior counsels today here and also former presidents of the Law Society of Kenya. This project did not emerge spontaneously. For decades, it has been shaped through careful planning, consultation, and refinement. Many times we have disagreed, and many times we have failed to comprehend the practicality of this project. However, thanks to the stubborn persistence of the believers in these projects,
in why it was necessary, we have gradually come to a common ground that for an institution such as ours, a premier bar in the region, permanence matters. I am humbled to have served in the council that has finally given this project feet on which to stand on. And as you are all aware, Moses did not get to the promised land. Joshua did. Wakili Towers reflects the understanding that the Law Society's work of defending professional standards, safeguarding constitutionalism, supporting members and engaging the public requires infrastructure that is fit for purpose to build to last. A professional body that must often speak firmly, sometimes uncomfortably, and always independently cannot afford fragility in its foundations. Wakili Towers is therefore not about prestige. It is about stability and ensuring that the society's voice is anchored in institutional capacity, not improvised arrangements. What will define the success of Wakili Towers is not today's enthusiasm, but tomorrow's consistency. This project will demand clear oversight, transparent procurement, and disciplined financial management. It will require leadership that understands the importance of continuity, institutional memory, and responsible stewardship. We are here, all of us, to see to the completion of this project. Wakili Towers is also an investment in the profession itself. It will provide a stable environment for professional development, policy engagement, and institutional dialogue. What we have said here and what the chairperson of the development committee has just alluded to is that it will have a multifaceted institutional framework to address the needs of many of our members, including a gymnastic area, a place to unwind. And I was even told, for those members who prefer a Friday evening from moving from the bar to the real bar, it will have such facilities. Wakili Towers must stand, and we all must complete, as a practical symbol of institutional maturity. I want to take this moment particularly to thank the Council of the Law Society, the preceding Council of the Law Society that initiated this project, the current Council of the Law Society that is led by Faith Odhiambo, that this project has come at a timely moment. Today we are taking the physical steps to see the launch of this magnificent project, and what will follow will require patience, discipline, and collective resolve. If those qualities remain intact, this project will not only succeed, but will also strengthen the Law Society of Kenya for generations to come. I thank you all. God bless the Law Society of Kenya, and I cannot wait to see Madam CJ and the President get in top of the Hyundai excavator to commence the official signification for the groundbreaking of this program. I now wish to invite the President of the East Africa Law Society to come and say Assalamu alaikum and sit down.
The Honorable CJ, and President of the Supreme Court, and also the founding member of East Africa Law Society. I recognize you. The Honorable CS and my lecturer, Karibu. The titular head of the bar, Madam AG, Karibu. My president and also my classmate, congratulations. To the lawyers here, I begin with a greeting that you usually have at the East Africa Law Society. May peace be with you. You know it. Honorable CJ, these are my members. It is indeed a great honor for me to be here. What we are doing here today may be simple, but is absolutely symbolic. A journey that began a long time ago. Wakili Towers is not simply a building project. It is an institutional legacy, a declaration that the Law Society of Kenya is investing not just in offices, but in endurance. Not just in space, but but in stature. The Law Society of Kenya once housed its great mission in a very modest space. I'm sure you've seen it and you've been there. But today, having grown in strength, confidence, and responsibility, it breaks ground for a home that matches the scale of its calling. For many years, institutions that guard justice have worked from borrowed walls and temporary addresses. Today, LSK chooses permanence. It chooses to root the profession in something solid, visible, and enduring. This building matters because institutions matter. They matter when times are calm. They matter even more when times are uncertain. Wakili Towers will stand as a professional home for advocates, a place where young lawyers arrive seeking direction and live with confidence, a place where difficult conversations about independence, ethics, and courage can be held not at the margins, but at the very center of the profession. From the East Africa Law Society, we stand with you, not merely as guests, but as fellow custodians of the rule of law. Across our region, we are learning the same lesson, that justice cannot remain nomadic, that advocacy requires not only voice, but infrastructure, not only conviction, but continuity. As it was mentioned by the CEO, Uganda Law Society, right at the heart of the city, has its building. Same for Tanganyika Law Society. They have their building. Other than their building, they also got a Land Cruiser Prado, new shape, Mr. Kabata, from the Ministry of Justice. Bwana Minister, that is to you. And Rwanda Bar Association, they equally have their building, a boutique hotel, a swimming pool, a gym, beautiful complex. In fact, when the Rwanda Bar president came and asked our president if she could see our offices, she was quite evasive. But one of the council members brought the batoonier to these modest premises. I'm happy that we now have an iconic project. As I wind up, I wish to say that it is in this same spirit that the East Africa Law Society, which recently acquired 10 acres in Arusha from the President Mama Samia Suluhu, and we shall be doing similar project. In fact, I'm here to benchmark. So different institutions, different locations, but one shared philosophy that the legal profession must build not only for today, but for tomorrow. As you break ground here in Lavington, you inspire far beyond this site. You affirm that the law in our region is confident enough to plan for the long term, disciplined enough to invest in itself, and united enough to build together. May Wakili Towers rise as a symbol of continuity, confidence, and collective resolve. And may those who walk through its doors, decades from now, say with quiet gratitude that they built wisely, they built boldly, and they built it for us. Thank you, and congratulations, LSK. May God bless LSK. And as I'm donned today, as the Sheikh, I will pray for LSK. God bless you.
Allow me to take a short moment to recognize our partners and stakeholders, our partners from the judiciary, our partners from the Office of the Attorney General, our partners from the Kenya Commercial Bank, and with specific humility, allow me to call Ms. Caroline Wanjeri Kihara. Please, if you're here, could take a minute, please. Those who give us money.
Thank you very much, Madam CJ, CS, Madam AG, and all protocols observed. Really honored and humbled to be here. As I came in, I was also a bit worried. I was like, hi, ni hapa. So I'm very happy for the vision. And our commitment, as usual, from KCB is that we shall support the vision and we want this to go ahead. So tuko pamoja.
Our partners from the Communications Authority of Kenya, our partners from the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, our partners from the
Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, our partners from the Witness Protection Authority, our partners from CAJ, our partners from Cooperative Bank, from NCBA, from Standard Chartered Bank, from the Kenya Human Rights Commission, from IJM, from CLE, and from the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. At this juncture, allow me now to invite the President of the Law Society of Kenya to come and give our opening remarks. Karibu sana. Please give a round of applause to our Moses.
The chief guest, the Honorable Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, Honorable Martha Koome, the titular head of the bar, the Honorable Attorney General, Honorable Dorcas, the CS of Interior, our guest of honor, Honorable Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen. Allow me to also recognize the institutional heads who are present today. The chairperson of the Kenya National Commission of Human Rights, I saw her earlier. I don't know if she's still here. The CEO of the Witness Protection. Oh, you wave. She's also a senior counsel. Maybe, unless protocol may have forgotten any of our constitutional offices who are present, anyone present can just stand. The senior counsel bar, led by senior counsel Murgo. I want my emerituses to stand who are present today. Naona bado mko na fans. Yes, our emerituses are here. And so this is a testament that, you see, my predecessors still support me. I thank you very much for coming. My council members, these are the great team. Please come in front. They see you well. Let them not mistake. The cornerstone was put in place by the council of 2024-2026. This is a legacy that can never be erased. Please clap for them. This is the great team that we fight with one another, we counsel one another, and we stand with one another. They are the reason we're able to put this together. I thank you very much. My branch caucus, at least nsiseme niliwasahau, these are the real cartel of the Law Society. Please stand up. The senior councils, you will be recognized by the chair. I was told to know my lane, nisipite. But that's tongue-in-cheek. Today I'm quite honored that this can happen. I want to recognize my emeritus. This journey started with him. And so I cannot say without a doubt that this is just our baby. It started with my emeritus, Eric Theuri. And the reason people were complaining it's taken long, but it's taken long to ensure that the processes, members are able to be involved in every stage. So we keep coming. The development committee, you saw the chair, was chosen at the AGM. The members of that committee were voted in by members of the Law Society at AGM. When we had a shuffle, when we retired a third, they were also voted similarly, and hence now Wayne is the chairperson. And it's to avoid a situation that we'll be fighting again, that money is being stolen. And let me say, those who are going to cast aspersions out there, I'm daring you, come and vet the books. Do not cast aspersions as to the work that we are doing without evidence. Don't go and share your vile nature out to people when you don't have evidence. If you are given the task, you cannot do it. But you're there on WhatsApp groups sharing nonsense. My emeritus can tell you the difficulty it is to put this together. Is it true? And so don't cast aspersions, and this is an opportunity for us to have our building. We will have this building, and we will put you in the wall of shame for spreading rumors without evidence. And this, the people who know what they're saying, I know you, and you can hear me loud and clear. As chair, I have said, stop your nonsense. Bring evidence so that we can deal with it. We vote for these things at the Law Society of Kenya AGMs. We have dragged this thing for so long to ensure everyone is onboarded. I don't sit in that committee as president to avoid the nature of saying the president wants to recruit who they want. We have members that you choose and you vote for, not me. So the choices you make are the choices in this opportunity we are having. We are going to have this building. Honorable Madam CJ, I know sometimes I can be a bit tough, but sometimes our members, we need to hear the truth. Because others are toiling and putting the hard work, while others are trying to destroy. Yet they do not have a vision or capability of putting together something that members can benefit. Today is a solemn and symbolic day for the Law Society of Kenya. We gather here not merely to break ground, but to also define our history as we shape our future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's said that the people that are within buildings express without. Today we begin the journey of showing the world who we are as the Law Society of Kenya, East Africa's premier bar association, the bulwark of Kenya's constitutionalism, and a community of gallant men and women committed to the unyielding cause of justice. 77 years ago, in 1948, the Law Society of Kenya was founded at a time when our country itself was still searching for its voice. The law then was neither an instrument of popular sovereignty nor a means to liberation of the people. Rather, it was a tool of imperial administration and minority control. Yet even in those constrained beginnings, the society was animated by a quiet but courageous conviction that the law must one day belong to the people and that advocates must help it get there. That founding moment was modest, but it was momentous. There was no permanent home, no imposing structure, no visible monument. What existed instead was something far more powerful, shared professional conscience, and a collective resolve that the law could not remain indifferent to injustice. That resolve would soon be tested in the years that followed. As the country moved towards independence, members of this society stood at the intersection of law and liberation. Advocates drafted instruments of self-government, defended freedom fighters in colonial courts, and insisted, often at great personal risk, that legality must never be divorced from legitimacy. When Kenya gained independence, the Law Society did not retreat into comfort. Instead, it confronted a new challenge: how to ensure that power once liberated could remain restrained by law. That question has defined the society's history ever since. There were moments of hope characterized by constitutional reforms, judicial strengthening, and expanded rights. However, there were equally moments of darkness when the rule of law was deliberately bent, when detention without trial became policy, when courts were pressured, and when dissent was criminalized. In those moments, the Law Society of Kenya became something more than a professional association. It became a moral institution. When the Bill of Rights was under assault, LSK spoke. When the independence of judiciary was threatened, LSK remained resolute in demanding its autonomy. When democratic space was threatened with repression and impunity, it is LSK that the people of Kenya looked up to defend their aspirations. Learned colleagues, the great and late Dr. Ngugi wa Thiong'o once said that our lives are a battlefield on which it is fought a continuous war between the forces that are pledged to confirm our humanity and those determined to dismantle it. Those who strive to build a protective wall around it, and those who wish to push it down, those who seek to mold it, and those committed to breaking it up, those who aim to open our eyes to make us see the light and to look tomorrow, and those who wish to lull us into closing our eyes. For 77 years, the Law Society of Kenya has been the force that has proven our humanity. It has been the protective wall around our democracy, and it has opened the eyes of Kenya to constitutionalism and the rule of law. Many of our members paid a price for that courage, whether it was through intimidation, professional prosecution, or even social ostracization. Today is a proof that amid that adversity, we have endured and retained our loyalty and fidelity to the Constitution. I have a longer speech, but I'll shorten it to end it here. And I want to say thank you for the men and women who have given their contribution and continue to contribute to the Law Society in one way or another. Here's the history of the Law Society of Kenya, some sitting here in front of us, who can share their personal experiences of what they have gone through their different tenures. We hope when we have this building that we can finally have even our museum, that the voices of those who have paved the way, who have built the law, who have ensured that we can enjoy the independence, the freedom of expression, the ability of the Law Society to grow to where it is today, can be recorded for years to come. I think if Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir was here, would tell people, some of you have forgotten he's the reason we are in this building. But the reality is, these are memories that must be stored. The great knowledge that our senior, the Emeritus Attorney General, Emeritus President has, that he can share of the history of when they moved, and he shared a bit of the story, how they took over from then the Indians and the whites to Africans actually being the ones running the Law Society of Kenya. And these are amazing stories that need to be stored, that will be part of our time capsules we are sharing 77 years. We'll have a time capsule and a pro bono wall that we will do a bit later after we've finished the launch. I know it's written in the program, but for purposes of time, because we have been here quite a bit, we will skip that and do it later. Please sign the pro bono wall that you can give back your time to the Law Society. We try to encourage our members to keep giving back. And a time capsule that when we open it one day, we'll remember Commander, our commander here, Emeritus 49th, was here. Our 50th was here as well. And definitely we saved the best for the 51st. Thank you. So I'll invite representative of the Director of Public Prosecution, Mr. Alois Kemu, who is the Prosecution Services Secretary. Karibu.
The Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court, the Attorney General, the Cabinet Secretary, Interior, members of the Senior Counsel Bar, colleagues at the bar, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's already noon. It's already afternoon. That is how late we are. I bring you greetings from the Director of Public Prosecutions and best wishes from the entire staff at the ODPP. And by the way, we are 900 of us as prosecutors. And Madam President, you should perhaps find a way of mobilizing that constituency to support this project. It is indeed a privilege to be part of this momentous occasion, the groundbreaking ceremony, as it opens a new chapter in the Law Society of Kenya. Just to say that may this groundbreaking ceremony reflect our commitment to advancing the cause of justice, advancing professionalism, and ultimately the rule of law. Otherwise, on behalf of the Director of Public Prosecutions, I congratulate you for this very noble project and assure you of our commitment to support you every step going forward. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you very much. Yes, and we are late. We accept that. So I have our pledge, our oath of foundation, our justice, ritual, and oath of foundation. You will repeat after me. Don't worry, I'm not committing you to any witchcraft. The ones who can stand, please stand. You can lift your right hand or put across your hand. There is no Bible. We, the advocates of Kenya, do solemnly pledge to uphold the ideals of this foundation represents: access to justice for all, integrity in practice, and service to the nation. May this building stand as a monument to our commitment. Asanteni sana. Now it's my pleasure to invite the chair of the Senior Council Bar, Philip Murgo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Madam President has outsmarted me. She knew I had a long speech, and so she read her very long one and asked me not to read mine. Who supports the President? Okay. I'll be very short. I bring you greetings from the Senior Council Bar, 104 of them, and I start by recognizing those who are present, but first of all acknowledging the protocols. Madam Chief Justice, my colleague Minister of Interior, my sister Attorney General Dorcas Oduor, and my brother Alois Okemo of the ODPP. I also recognize all others who are here, and I come to my seniors. Out of the 104 seniors, I want to mention by name those who are present: the Honorable Amos Wako, Senior Counsel, former Chair Paul Wamai, former President, now President, Senior Counsel Waweru Gatonye, Nelson Harvey, Eric Thauri, Senior Counsel, Jadida Waruhio, Senior Counsel, Masi Buku, Senior Counsel, Moses Kurgat, Senior Counsel, Bonaluta, Senior Counsel, and Henry Ongicho, who we snatched from you, Senior Counsel. Now, this young lady used to work under me when she was in the Attorney General's chambers. I tutored her well, but she's now the Attorney General. She's my boss. I recognize her. So, having said that, let's get straight to the point. On the question of pledges, we are 105. Madam President, I undertake to ensure that at the very minimum, every senior council raises 100,000 shillings. That will be about 10. Elisha, is he here? And Mudomi Fiankoliu, senior counsels, you sit where I tell you to sit. No, these are young people. They don't know the protocol yet. Thank you for that. We also recognize Agnes from NIS. Is she here? Thank you. So, I've just announced the pledge. My pledge, which is an undertaking to ensure that I get a minimum of 100,000 shillings from all senior council. That is a minimum. from many of them, more shall be provided. We have amongst us senior partners of big law firms who are willing to contribute much more. We already have the pledge of Jose Wakili of 1 million shillings, senior counsel. We already have, I think, already provided by way of banker's check, a check of 100,000 shillings from former Solicitor General, Senior Counsel Ken Ogeto. The point I make is we shall be there. We shall be there. And why will we be there? As you have said, the LSK is what it is because of the past chairs and the past presidents. And when I look at your wall, and I see the huge number of past presidents and chairs, I have many names, but I want to single one out. Amongst us is Honorable Amos Wako, who was the chair of the Law Society, or was it president then? Chair. There could only be one president. Between 1979 and 1981, 41 years ago. Now, 47, 46, he joined from 1979 to 1981. How many people were born by then? Or how many were not? That's the very many of you. And I want to, and before I even do that, I think as the chair of the Senior Council Bar, I want an ADC behind me, so so that you can also see, you can see how important I am. And what you do, look over there and don't move your eyes. Look like the one behind the President of the Republic. And I want to now call upon Honorable Amos Wako to tell us in very short order whether 47 years ago, in his wildest dreams, he ever imagined that this project, or such a project, would ever come to fruition by a lady president, as beautiful as Madam Diambo, and in such times. Please come and give us two.
Here, oh, you see. The Lord Chief Justice, a man who has his eyes on the ball, times currently Minister for Interior. Two people privileged, the chair of the senior bar, and the current Attorney General, the 9th Attorney General. My fellow members of the Senior Council, was that 50 years ago, I became the Vice Chairman of the Law Society of Kenya. Having been a member of the at that time, the Law Society one employee who was the secretary as the deputy registrar of the High Court, one Mr. Desai, a Goan, but a Kenyan. He served as well, and as a messenger or his secretary, office would contribute the messenger and the secretary to Mr. Desai. So became the chairman of the Association of Professional Socially Kenya. It was not like the East African, as Kenya went on to found the societies. But one thing we gave birth to was the professional center. Very serious secretary called Mrs. Sandis, that all professionals, not just law society, that's how the idea of the professional center came to. And as soon as it was completed, Mr. Desai, our own, two more employees, a secretary and a messenger. And that's the way it was in 1974. That was 30 years after I had become a member of the council. At that time, working under very difficult conditions to get a plot. But we managed to get some plot somehow at that time. Well, we now have this, and now we are here. My wildest dreams would I have thought launching a great project, Wakili Towers, which one of the tallest buildings in this area, so that any person, wherever he is, the fighters for the rule of law, the fight and protection of human rights, and all people of goodwill, people of governance, rule of law, transparency, they are housed in that tall building called Wakili Towers. And I hope on top of it, the light, there will be something that will go up, Kabisa, with a strong light where everybody around Nairobi will be able to witness. That is a building where they can come to fight for justice. I know my chairman has said he has pledged 100,000 for every senior council. And because I was the founding chair of the senior council, let me start with a pledge of 500,000. Getting the right permissions, the right foundation, the right everything else. We do not want to add flaws. And then later on, Mukomen as the Minister for Interior comes, the other Minister for Special what comes and say, oh yeah, this is what has happened, everything has gone wrong, and people have died. We are, Mr. President, we are with you. We shall support this project to the extent that we can. That's my pledge. And the pledge can increase if God continues to bless me. And I see that the determination of all the members. If I see it's just a few members, I will not be encouraged. But if I see it's all of us, the members of the profession, participating in this, making sure it's a success, then I'll be encouraged even to increase what I've pledged. Asante sana for this opportunity.
If we had time, this microphone does wonders. Mr. Waweru Gatenyi, do you want to increase your pledge? Oh, but you want the microphone? But those who seek elective office, they have to pledge.
My Lord, Chair of the Senior Bear.
May I introduce this gentleman, the 49th. A wonderful gentleman, very energetic, dressed for combat all the time. Great soldier to have on your side. Horrible enemy to have on the other side. But he assures me that this Harvey wants to say something about the new Harvey.
My Lady, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, what Chairman Philip Murgul, Senior Counsel, has said is the truth and the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. CS Interior, the Attorney General, President of the Law Society, Madam Faith Odhiambo, my learned colleagues, I greet you all. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. I am the permanent member and commander of the Brave New Bar. After myself, Eric, Faith, these were all members of the Brave New Bar. Majority of this council is constituted of the Brave New Bar. Now, may I take this opportunity to thank all of you most sincerely for coming here to inaugurate Wakili Towers. Chairman, I'm a man of few words and a man of a lot of action. This building was purchased during the tenure of Ahmed Nasser Abdullahi. I'm speaking on behalf of Ahmed Nasser Abdullahi and also on my behalf. We want this project to go up, and all of us can now confirm that it will go up. You know, doctors, accountants, and teachers have buildings in Nairobi. It is a pity, but the pity has now ended. We'll have our own building. And Chairman, you know, mimi ni mwanasiasa. Nikikuja kwa harambee naangalia vile mmetoa. Mkitoa kidogo naweka kidogo. Mkitoa nyingi naweka nyingi. I will own the last floor on this building. And I want it to be named Nelson Harvey Senior Council, the last hope. And because the president always travels with the instruments of power, my cabinet secretary in charge of finance, Mr. Biko Ashoya, you will bring the necessary instruments. I will write 2 checks totaling 1 million, being the commitment for now. As and when you reach the 6th floor, I will pay the balance. So the ball is on your court. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Thank you, Chairman.
I think the 2 gentlemen, 2 senior counsels who have spoken represent all of us. Having said that, and I think for those who have never understood the role of senior counsel, you can see we don't leave the scene. We're given a position, given responsibilities, we rise to the occasion. Madam President, as somebody indicated, we humbly request that premises be allocated for the senior counsel bar who do not have a secretariat. A floor will suffice. 2 will be better if we the old ladies and old men require a gym and relaxing places also, and they don't have offices, but 1 will suffice for now. For that, of course, we shall support and continue to support. The AG will represent us. In that, the AG will speak. So with that, thank you very much. And one last one. There are those who wondered why in the last cohort of senior councils, we doubled the number. There are those who complained that we became too many. There are those who say, why didn't you confer even more? I'm on the committee with the President of the Law Society, members of the judiciary. I assure you, from just what we are sitting here doing, 105 are not enough. Who agrees? So we will be going places. We need more people to put our shoulders behind the plow and make Kenya a better place. Thank you.
I didn't recognize my friends in the civil society. Please stand up. I'm seeing my friends in Amnesty. We have IMLU was around. So those who maybe have not recognized, stand recognized. Something that I have paid my deposit, I've not pledged, I've paid my deposit of 500,000. So for other predecessors, jua the standard has been set, and my seniors, ukijua na kuita senior, ujue tu standard yako. My emeritus, ebu pledge yako watu wasikie.
Under the command of the President of the Law Society, and considering that we conceived this idea together with her in council, and that eventually it comes to fruition in her term, I will commit to give 1 million.
I'm seeing the potential presidents are missing in the room, which is, I'm seeing this is purposeful. The chairman of the committees, nataka nangojea pledge ya Peter Wanyama, ya Maura Kabata, na Charles Kanjama. I'm sure they will support. And so we will wait today. You're lucky you have escaped. We won't hear, but the dinner is still coming. So we are still waiting and listening. LSK Sacco, the chairman is here. Mr. Justus Munyidhia, please stand. Please recognize. I'm seeing one of the candidates. Ameona pressure kakuja. Thank you very much. Mr. Peter Wanyama has pledged 1 million. I'm sure my VP will give his pledge. And kwa nini mnacheka? My VP is going to give his pledge as well. He's been instrumental. He's worked towards this building.
I am a man of small means. I pledge 200,000. It's from an honest place.
Thank you very much. And the chair of the Senior Council Bar has also committed to match his boss, our AG Emeritus, with 500,000. So the secretariat are here. They will give the pledge cards. I would have wanted to introduce all of you, but because of time, but the CEO has represented you ably. So those who have the pledge cards, please share them around so that people can do the pledges and you can keep them. So it's now my singular honor to invite our titular head, the Honorable Attorney General, Honorable Dorcas Oduor, who will then invite our guest of honor to speak after she speaks. And she's also representing all the female senior council. She can also speak on their behalf. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon. I'm gratified to be here this afternoon. I'm not feeling very well, but I think everything that I wanted to say has been said, especially in the Author Foundation. My Lady Chief Justice is the guest of honor today, and she's going to speak on our behalf. And CS Murkomen will also speak on my behalf as a member of the executive. But it would be remiss of me if I didn't say 3 things. One, I hear me being called the titular head of the bar. Emeritus Amos Wako, sir. Sir, I'm addressing you. I was saying that I would be remiss if I didn't say 3 things. The first one is that I'm being called the titular head of the bar, but you never taught me how to be the titular head of the bar. Let me report to you that these people sue me every day, and I'm their head. I can't even get costs out of them. So I think you still have to tutor me on how to deal with them as the titular head of the bar. Second, I said 3 things, yes. Secondly, I wanted to also mention that I wouldn't be here if it were not for the people who were before me. And I just want to emphasize why it is important to mentor, and why it is important that when you talent spot somebody who is working under you who has potential, it is important to give them opportunity. That is exactly what our Attorney General, former Attorney General Amos Wako did with us when we were at the Attorney General's chambers. He spotted us when we were very young, a few of us, myself, Agnes, Mrs. Ondieki, and all of us hold very senior positions. And he worked with us every single day. He never thought of us. We were not a threat to you, were we, sir? So it is important that we mentor and we give opportunity to people who can take over from us. And it is also important that as we mentor these people, We also give them an opportunity to experience life. And if they want to move to greener pastures, we let them go. So for the senior bar that is here and everybody is here, if there's somebody working under you, please grow them and give them an opportunity. The third and the last one is that we are where we are because of the people who are before us. When we take these offices, let us recognize the people who are before us. Let us bless them, pray for them, and let us recognize them in any way possible. As the Office of the Attorney General will soon be having our museum and our AG towers, and we'll see how we will celebrate the people who are before us in the Office of the Attorney General. And with that, may we always make decisions that honor our country and honor God. Thank you. May I now call my CS, Super CS, Mr. Mirkomen, to come and address us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Attorney General, my lady, the Chief Justice, Honorable Mother Kome, who is also the President of the Supreme Court, the Attorney General, the President of LSK, Senior Bar President. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. When Faith asked me to be here, I was struggling whether she really wants me to be here or she was just being courteous. Because I wasn't very sure that she was going to be confident to handle me. We have had a lot of fights in the last 1 year, some privately, some publicly. And I want to say that she reminded me that as a former teacher and a member of this profession, I had a responsibility to be here. And so I'm here both as a cabinet secretary because this profession helped me to grow to be who I am, and also as a member of this legal profession. And I'm very happy to be here to see a vision that has grown to this level. And I want to say congratulations, Madam President, and your team for a job well done. Incidentally, I think really every time I come to LSK functions or I meet lawyers, a number of them call me Mwalimu, because I can't remember. I taught 3 or 4 universities, in 3 or 4 universities. Part of it was hustling. So one day I was invited to one university, I don't want to say which one. And I was given a common course. So I thought I was going to a normal class. I got used to in Paki that we were about 100 students in a class at most. So I went to this school and then I was given a microphone. Somebody mentioned in the staff room that asked somebody, is the microphone working? So I was wondering, why do we need a microphone in a class? Then I was asked to teach 3,000 students. It was a common course in one of the universities in Thika Road. And there are many universities along Thika Road. I must tell you, I left. I never went back. So I'm very happy to be here and to confess, Madam Chief Justice, that Faith was the first class I taught was Faith's class, Abu Bakar's class. And usually the first class is very memorable. She was ambitious and very hardworking. And I'm not surprised that at her age she became the president of the Law Society of Kenya. And I'm happy that we were able to break ground before she leaves office in another maybe a few weeks. And so I want to say congratulations. That's the first thing I'd like to say. Number 2 is to say that the vision you have here is very noble. We know as advocates that we struggle to get office space, around town. And to really see the Law Society of Kenya had this kind of infrastructure. I asked Faith earlier, where do you get the courage to make this noise and retreat to such an office? And I think it's, we're really truly celebrating this, but it's also a monument of shame on the part of all of us, not the council, as members of Law Society of Kenya, that it took us this long to have a more presentable office.
So during this groundbreaking ceremony, I think that each member should really be inspired to make some contribution towards the building of this very beautiful structure. I must say also I wasn't consulted insofar as the design is concerned. So I will be going to court. There was no adequate public participation. And so now that I have been asked to say something, I must say here that I still think 11 floors is little, a few actually. Yeah, even if it is twin. I think we need to be ambitious enough. It is just my thinking to make it bigger. And I'm not saying because we have more money. We can think innovative. There are members here who are struggling to buy an office space. So we can increase the number of floors and sell it to members here who can buy space so that some law firms are within the same building and then some of it now can become property of the Law Society of Kenya. I am giving my views, and what we do with public participation is that everybody will give their views, but those who will decide will determine what they are going to do with it. I think I also want to say that this is the reason why people give long speeches, because this is very nostalgic, especially for some of us who never get a chance to interact with all of you. And I'm very, very happy today to have heard the history from Amos Wako when he said he was the president in 1979. That is the year I was born, 1979. And so when he became a senator together, when we became senators together, he knows the kind of work we did together, and I was so happy to serve in the same committee with him. And we traveled almost everywhere in the country and abroad, and I learned a lot. I'm very, very happy that he, Morengo, and others, and Kiraitu, and many others had a chance to work with them. And I think I appreciate the fact that you still want to invest in this society, and thank you very much for showing that level of leadership. And I want to say congratulations to the senior bar for providing leadership and guidance and mentorship to the rest of us, including the society. And I'm also happy that there is a window for people of my age, like Ongoya and Thiogulu, to be part of the senior bar. I will be asking what is the criteria, because the job I have is very temporary. Just in case anything happens, that is an area I'd like to be considered. But on a serious note, I want to conclude by saying that those of us who serve in government are very proud of Law Society of Kenya. And I'm saying this because we must have people who hold the government into account. There must be people who raise serious issues of governance. And when I see young lawyers, some my students, some even younger, raising serious human rights, democracy, governance issues, touching on the current administration, including my office, and my office is always, most targeted by Law Society of Kenya, by Amnesty International, by all this. Please just know that I don't take any offense. I would have done exactly the same. It takes a balanced criticism of government for government to do better. And if you don't do so, there is no way we are going to improve. And there are so many things that have improved in government, legislation-wise, governance-wise, that have really helped us to be better leaders in government. But also, I want to challenge you. Don't also make Law Society of Kenya to look like it is an NGO. It is not. As much as the Law Society of Kenya serve the purpose of holding the government into account, it also has a legal responsibility in the act itself to advise government. And so when the opportunity comes, when you raise issues of governance, democracy, police brutality, all these issues, and we ask you to come and help in those spaces, don't run away, Faith.
Yeah, don't run away because you know I saw you speak very passionately about people who spread rumors and innuendos and all other things because they do not know what's going on. I also want you to come to our spaces and advise us. Sometimes we quarrel with my lawyer, Ongoya, on phone, so many hours, telling me, no, I can't believe this should have happened, and so forth. I know Ongoya very well. I must tell you that I'm surprised that Ongoya did not become the president of LSK and Harvey became. Because in campus, Harvey was meek, submissive, quiet, and he spent almost all his life in the library. On the other hand, Ongoya tried to run for office, and I think that was a very bad experience to become the vice chair of Kenya Law Student Society. Then it was a very bad experience. I was also in the ballot at the same time with him. And then because of that, Ongoya has hated politics up to now. So, you know, many things have happened over time. I'm very happy for people of my generation who are serving the country in different places, and for the people in the younger generation. Please, don't also close the Law Society from us. How come, Faith, for all your time here, and you know me, Mwalimu all the time, you've never called me to a session with Law Society of Kenya to question me about our performance in the ministry? And all those things about mandamano, police brutality, and all that. Why are we addressing each other in a press conference? Why can't I be called as a member here and be asked questions by the members themselves? Then you can also understand my side of the story. You know, I have also a story to tell, which Amos Wako understands better than me. Yeah, so we need to have greater engagement, and I am very ready. Organize a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner. We come there, you ask all the questions that matter about where we are taking our country in various aspects. And we are 8 of us in the cabinet. I was telling my class the other day in our WhatsApp group, we usually have noisemakers also sometimes in that class WhatsApp group. And I told them, the fact that in that class I am a cabinet secretary should make all my classmates very proud that they produced a cabinet secretary at this point in time. I am looking forward to getting some of my classmates be judges, others be, you know, other places, and maybe we have a chief justice from our class. It must make all of us proud. And we must take that time, harness that opportunity to help those who have occupied different spaces in government and outside government to help us make our country a better place to live in. Now, therefore, let me finish with my pledge. I had been asked to come here with the pledge of His Excellency the President of Law Society of Kenya, and the President of Kenya were having a presidential consultation during the swearing in of judges, and I was called to be part of it. And during that consultation, His Excellency the President pledged to support the Law Society of Kenya with 5 million shillings. 5 million shillings, which is, if you open it to us, there will be no flaws to give other people. We don't discuss what you will do with it in terms of recognition, but that is his support. His Excellency the Deputy President, who was my teacher, and who is also a member of this profession, also pledged 2.5 million shillings. And with great humility, I will try my best to match and support His Excellency the Deputy President. I will also contribute 2.5 million shillings. So all of them with myself have agreed to, transmit the same resources next week. So that will be 10 million shillings. Thank you very much. It is now, am I supposed to do this? Okay. This is very heavy. It is now my singular duty and honor to invite the Chief Justice, Madam Chief Justice, to address this auspicious gathering. Welcome, Chief Justice.
Thank you, thank you. Please, may we be seated? A very good afternoon, everybody. Wow, what a beautiful day. Thank you, Bwana CS, for those very, very kind words. Let me start by saying I recognize all of you, and if I may copy my colleague, Justice Renaula, and say, I fear you all. Appearing before a congregation of so many distinguished advocates. Thank you, the titular hand of the bar, Honorable Dorcas Oduor, Senior Counsel and Attorney General. Thank you so much, Madam President. You have made history by being the one who has brought this dream to fruition. Let us celebrate, Madam Faith. Thank you all who have spoken. The chairman of the Senior Council Bar, members of the Council of LSK, our elders, Senior Council. I'm so happy to see you, my friends, my mentors, my seniors. Thank you so much for coming to support this very noble initiative. I bring you greetings from the judiciary. We are having the Dialogue Day, the Judiciary Dialogue Day, or what you may call, if you like, an open day when we invite our stakeholders to come and dialogue with us and tell us, how we can serve them better. And that is why I'm alone. That's why, but I think I have some people from the judiciary, but all the judges and JUs are engaged. But I think I came with some people, or they are multitasking between here. I see Zakim, our very able photographer. But I bring you greetings from the judiciary and tell you that that prayer, or is it a prayer that you told us to recite, Madam President? I will continue reciting it for you in terms of prayer. I'm a woman of faith, and I believe these twin towers, are they twin or triple? Twin tower will become a reality in our time, and indeed, as the vice chair prophesied, the two of us will walk here to cut the ribbon. Yes, thank you so much, all of you who have come to support LSK. As for me, LSK is my home. This is the place where I cut my teeth. This is the place where I sharpened all my rough edges. This is the place that made me who I am. And this is the place that gave me courage and the greatest foundation that I still stand on. So thank you for your support, our partners. And thank you, Law Society, because you've never lost the focus. You have stood firmly to defend the rule of law, to defend our Constitution and fight for it, and to fight for the vulnerable, and to fight for the human rights and good governance of this country. Even though we are 76 years late, I think in terms of defining the destiny of our nation, I think we are 76 years ahead. So we should not apologize. This is the day that the Lord has made, that we will start our construction, and our construction will be fulfilled. Because if for nothing else, the blessings of the work that we have done, that the Law Society has done to shape the destiny of this nation in a positive trajectory, the reward will be actually this Wakili Twin Tower. Can you say amen to that? Yeah, thank you, CS, for your very encouraging remarks. As you were talking, And as I was looking at this mission, vision, objectives, I wondered why the government of Kenya does not support LSK as one of these parastatals. I mean, if you do this work is supposed to be done by the government, isn't it? So please let them come up with more money and make sure for us to be able to do this work, to maintain and improve the standards of conduct and learning of the legal profession in Kenya. Whose work is that? Yes, and all of them if I were to read them. So my kind message is that we need more money so that instead of 4 years, because it's been really years of sweat, years of tears, council after council, trying to get money from people who are squeezed to the bone to come and build until they become negative. But from today henceforth, Madam Faith, we have heard you clearly. We will not sabotage this project. None of us will speak ill about this project because we are ashamed that every other association has a home. When we started in the legal profession, Law Society was leading in terms of everything. But look at the Law Society having a dungeon for a home, when the other professional societies have towers. So now from today we'll speak ill about this project. Everybody will be bringing their support and they'll be speaking well about this project so that we can move together. All the people who have spoken today have spoken very well. And therefore, this positive vibe from here today is what will be our foundation, and that's what we will work in. So for me, Madam President, I am so honored to really commend you and commend the council and the entire membership of the Law Society for this bold and transformative initiative to construct Wakili Towers. I am delighted to be present at this groundbreaking ceremony, as I see it as an occasion through which we are laying a foundation for the future of the legal profession and for reaffirming the central role played by advocates in Kenya's constitutional democracy. I heard people saying, due to vicissitudes of nature, jobs, CS, you said your home is here. Even me, my home is here, Law Society. Because this is where I came from, this is where I grew, and this is my home anytime. So the vision of a modern and dignified home for the Law Society is not a recent one, as we have heard from our senior colleagues, our AG Emeritus, Mr. Paul Wamai, who was my chairman when we served in the Council of the Law Society. It is a dream that has been nurtured over decades. I remember when I was in the council and we were trying to figure out how to build on Mombasa Road, I think it's the South Sea plot. But I just want to commend LSK for remaining very ethical and maintaining very high standards of independence and non-compromise. Because we were looking at that plot which was allocated, and we were wondering whether we could go as a law society and build on an allocated plot. Until we looked at the constituting statute of LSK, that we actually supposed to partner with the government. And therefore we looked through the records, and so even the council of NG emeritus that received the plot, they had to pass a resolution that they have been given a plot and they have accepted it. So please keep those standards, those high ethical standards, because we do not have to compromise for anything, because we have a beautiful country, we have a beautiful constitution, and therefore, wherever we want to go, I believe we shall get there, even if it is after 76 years. So when I had the privilege of serving as council member of LSK between 1994 and 96, this aspiration already occupied a special place in our collective imagination. We spoke about it with hope, even when the circumstances of the time made its realization seem distant. In those hurried days, the Royal Society of Kenya was a very different institution. You have heard the stories of how the Secretariat was run by one man, but it is an organization that believed in structures even when it was being run by one woman or one man. And the structures have evolved over time. Although resources were limited and the society operated with a very lean secretariat, often supported by voluntary efforts of council members, it has been indeed a labor of commitment to maintaining very high standards, keeping very good records, and observing all the rules of good governance. Yet even then, despite those constraints, the Law Society of Kenya, and something powerful, a clear sense of purpose and an enduring belief in the importance of a strong, independent, and well-organized bar. Looking back today, it is gratifying to witness how far our society has come. LSK now boasts of a vibrant professional secretariat, very structured programs, and a growing institutional capacity that reflects the maturity of our legal profession. I really want to thank Madam President, your council, and even the previous councils, led by our commander, Senior Counsel Avi, and even Hamed Nasir, who had the dream of buying this property in 2004. It is because of that foundation that he established that we are here today, and we always honor those who have gone before us and did some work and laid some foundation which we are building on. So Wakili Towers will stand as a testament to that remarkable institutional journey that you started and the others are built on it. It may have taken those many years for this dream to reach the point of realization, but as we say, it is always better late than never. When this tower is up and standing, nobody will remember that we were late 76 years. They will only remember how beautiful and how iconic it is. So let us not apologize for starting late. Let us move with confidence. So today is a moment of fulfillment. Thank you, Madam President, for bringing us this joy and this sense of fulfillment, one that honors the persistence, foresight, and corrective effort of generations of advocates who believed that this day would eventually come and LSK would have a home of its own. This Wakili Towers will strengthen the role of advocates. I believe as people are garnering for space, we will be asking for suites for arbitration and mediation so that LSK can significantly help us in expand access to justice while also creating new professional opportunities for its members. I did not hear people clap for arbitration and mediation, because these are the new frontiers that we are going into to ensure that everybody can access justice even through the multi-door approaches. So these initiatives align seamlessly with our shared vision of decongesting courts, resolving disputes efficiently, and ensuring that justice is accessible, it's also affordable, and responsive to the needs of our people. I wish to take this opportunity to commend the relationship between the bench and the bar. In particular, I acknowledge the contributions, Madam President, you have made, and your council, units of the judiciary, and you have engaged with us very constructively to maintain a judiciary that is strong, and judiciary that is responsible, and the judiciary that is efficient. I say, like the CS has said, when you offer those objective criticism, I take them kindly and I take them very seriously. We have developed a matrix of all the issues that you raise, and we address them systematically. So a strong justice system thrives where there is dialogue, mutual respect, and principled collaboration between its actors. As the Law Society of Kenya approaches this electoral season, allow me to state clearly and unequivocally that the judiciary, as usual, we've never had free-fund candidates. We stand ready with open arms to continue working with whichever president and council the members of the LSK will elect. It is our position as the leadership of the judiciary that across successive councils of the LSK, the judiciary will maintain an open door policy and a consultative relationship with LSK, guided by the shared objective of strengthening the administration of justice. So I urge all of us to remember that the quality of justice in our country is not the responsibility of one institution alone. And we have said this many times, that we will never succeed alone as the judiciary. It is the collective enterprise of all of us to work together towards achieving the values in our constitution. And when the bench and the bar work together in good faith, we are better placed to confront the challenges and the bottlenecks that impede the efficient, timely, and people-centered delivery of justice. Our constitutional mandate compels us to collaborate, not to compete in service delivery of our people. I am therefore delighted to join you as we break ground today, confident and optimistic that Wakili Towers will stand not only as a physical structure, but as a symbol of resilience. When we see it, we'll remember those great men and women who worked tirelessly to bring us to this level. It will also remind us of unity and forward-looking spirit, that is the spirit of the legal profession that never, never gives up. It will serve the present and the future generations of advocates, and through them, the countless Kenyans who rely on the law for protection, dignity, and justice. Once again, as I end, I congratulate the Law Society of Kenya once again on this historic milestone and wish you every success as you move from this vision to reality. I want to thank you so much for inviting me and for listening to me. And I think the eyes are looking at me with some curiosity. You here have been told to toa kitu. I think as a former council member of LSK and as somebody coming home, I will also print what I saw in a gold card, the gold card. Yes. So that I can be a good member also, like everybody else. I think there are 5 people here who are senior to me. Those who went before 1987. The rest are after 1987. Yeah, so this is my branch. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. But beyond just this branch, I will offer all the support that I can give, including prayers, because we are also praying for infrastructure for the judiciary. You all know, especially in Nairobi, we have never had a building for the judiciary since independence. We inherit. The Supreme Court is the same here, Bwana CS, is just condemned like this one. Yeah, half of it is condemned. The toilets are condemned. And when we sit there, we also fear that it might collapse because you remember when we ran short of space, we put prefabs up there. They have interfered with the structure. So it can we were told to remove the structure. Actually, this is very interesting. We were actually told, because there was a market out there, a huge marketplace doing money wash, or what's it called? Wash? Something like that, doing all manner of illegal activities right outside the Supreme Court. So when I became CJ and we had to hear a very huge matter of public interest, general public importance, I was brought intelligence that, Madam CJ, you have to move this market or move the Supreme Court. So you see, the entire was to be taken over by the market. So it is good sometimes to be a woman, because we are a tall police officer. We had just started a police unit. I told him, go and tell those people not to park there and to leave that place. The power of the spoken word. The policeman stood there. His name is, I think, K-I-G or Picho. And he told them, CJ has said you don't park here. They left, and today I'm happy to announce we've got our title for that parking. We are also dreaming of building a Supreme Court there. God willing, next financial year, or maybe in June, July, we'll also be breaking down to build the Supreme Court of Kenya. Because the Supreme Court was a creature of the Constitution of Kenya, just like the Senate and the counties and everything else. But judiciary being the stepchild, who we are, we don't have a home as the Supreme Court. So with the prayers, corporate prayers for Wakili Towers and the new Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, Tribunal Towers, Judiciary Academy, those are the legacy projects we are praying for, including completing all the incomplete buildings that the judiciary has undertaken. That is also our corporate prayer, that resources will be available and will be able to accomplish an infrastructure that is worth of the judiciary of Kenya, an independent judiciary of Kenya, which is spoken all over. People come here to benchmark on Kenya Judiciary Academy. And when I look at it, I'm like, which one? But it is attracting a lot of interest. Whatever we are doing here in the Kenya judiciary is attracting a lot of interest, not only in the continent, but world over. The other day, and even Germans coming to look, the Supreme Court of Germany coming to benchmark on our technology. So because of that, trust and hope that we will get it right, because what we are doing is the right thing, I believe we will accomplish these dreams, Madam President, and it's going to be within our time we will celebrate all this. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Continue praying and continue praying for this project. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate one more time the Chief Justice. May I invite the President, please, to come. We can take our seats, ladies and gentlemen. So may we have the reflectors also being brought here. And the 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's have the reflectors and the helmets. Bring some more helmets.
So we'll be asking our guests, led by the Chief Justice, we'll be going to the ribbon cutting where we will ceremonially get on our caterpillar. Then we will do the tree planting. We also have the pledge boards outside, and they'll be sharing out our pledge forms that you can fill in. Ushers, what all? So the pro bono wall is also outside. You can also sign the pro bono wall. Where for the chairs? In this side you haven't started.
1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2.
Unless I took you as no, there.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic test 1, 2. One, two, mic test 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic test 1, 2. Mic is off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic test 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic test 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic test 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. So once we are equipping them, our guests, our chief guests, the council members, former presidents, chair of the senior bar, and our seniors. We have some reflectors and helmets. 1, 2. I hope you can all hear me. We'll be making our way to cut the ribbon and also to break ground. And there is a signage as you walk out. We'll request you to kindly sign, append your signature there, and your number. If you can put your member number, that wall will find itself in the Wakili Tower. So ladies and gentlemen, please make way as we allow our guests to go and cut the ribbon. Please make way. Council member, please follow. Council member, please follow. Please let's follow Chair Senior Bar together with our senior councils. Please let's make our way there for the groundbreaking. We're officially cutting the ribbon there. There's a signage there. Please put your number and sign. That is the signage. We are now, yes, our guests are now putting, yes, appending their signature. And that signage will be placed on Wakili Tower permanently. So it will be sealed and placed there permanently. For the rest of us, please put your membership number there and sign it, because that will find itself on Wakili Tower once we are done. Everybody, please put your number, your membership number there and sign it. We will seal that signage and put it on Wakili Tower once we are done, so that your name is engraved, in the Wakili Towers for eternity. Those who will come after us will know you are here, you witnessed the ground today. So please, members, put your number there and sign. Once we are done, we shall be heading to cut the ribbon, and then we shall plant. We have a tea planting ceremony led by the Chief Justice together with our guest of honors. So we are now headed to the cutting of the ribbon. We can come back to the signage. So our guests will come back to the signage. Let's go and cut the ribbon now so that we can break the ground. We will come back to put our signatures and membership number on the signage. Let's all head to the ribbon cutting so that we can cut the ribbon, and then thereafter we shall break ground, and then we shall do tree planting. So put your number there and sign it. Thank you. So, our chief guests, I can see we are at the ribbon now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to cut the ribbon here. Let's have the other chief guest president. We are all here. The president is here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to now cut the ribbon. If we can hold it together. And there we go. I can see the Chief Justice Ameshika. So, ladies and gentlemen, all attention here as we cut the ribbon. We are officially now launching Wakili Towers. And you're here. 1, 2, 3. Let's cut the ribbon. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, please. The ribbon has been cut. And now we will officially break the ground. So our engineers are on site. They will direct us on who will be doing that. So all attention now at the excavator as we ready ourselves to break ground. You can see Justice herself is now on boarding. She will be doing the honors of breaking the ground for us. Together with the president, she's there. And you're here, tunaona pale engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting ready to break ground. And we can see our pilots are there. The Chief Justice is there. The CEO is there. The President is there. I can see the DPP is there. Tundiosisi house sasa. We are getting ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to break ground now. Safety first. You can see we are all safe now. And there we go. The excavator is roaring, ladies and gentlemen. Right about now, we shall be seeing the excavator at work. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. The excavator. There we go, there we go. Remember, usukani pale ni si mwingine bali ni Chief Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now breaking ground. We are breaking ground, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the Chief Justice clearly knows what to do. There we go. There we go. And now we are doing it. We are ready now to scoop the ground. And there we go. Scooping the ground. None other but the Chief Justice. Ladies and gentlemen. And the ground is now officially broken. Wapi vigelegele tafadhali shangwe. We have officially broken ground here, ladies and gentlemen. Wakili Towers has officially been launched. Wapi vigelegele? Wow. You are all witnesses of this auspicious occasion, ladies and gentlemen. The ground is officially broken. Wakili Towers. Ndio hiyo. Another scoop courtesy of the Chief Justice. Tunaona pale. Thank you very much. Another scoop there by the Chief Justice. One more scoop. We can see, ladies and gentlemen. One more. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Wakili Towers. Ndio hiyo. Wapi vigelegele? Fantastic. Fantastic. Ndio hiyo. Fantastic. It has now been officially launched. The Chief Justice has done the honors, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I can see the ground is officially broken. Ndio hiyo. And now we'll have a photo being taken there. I can see our CEO is there. Naona wamefika pale. Fantastic. Tuchukue hiyo picha pale.